Social informatics relates to the cultural, technological, and institutional setting in which the actor subsists. Because of the changeability of the nature of the interaction, the field is one characterized by orientation and change. What is social informatics in the context of hermeneutics? Our being in the world is inextricably linked with socially mediated technologies. We define ourselves by our interactions through the computer. Our knowledge is often now shaped by what we find online and dictated by our relationships within online communities. The intersection of information technology and people creates a need for theoretical reframing. The origin of the concept of hermeneutics, Hermes would interpret the messages from the gods to humans and vice versa. The way we interact with one another is always an approximation. We need to interpret messages. The father of hermeneutics, while he didn't create it, he expanded and elaborated upon it. Hans Georg Gadamer. Rob Kling developed the theory of social informatics. Hermeneutics and social informatics are related when we consider that they are both inherently social. The emphasis on technologically mediated interaction in social informatics only reinforces this tendency. The ability to revisit the same digital or social media product while changing our orientation with each interaction shows how iterations are a natural aspect of human and technological interaction. It is because of the assumption that social informatics is inherent in our CMC lives that makes us return to philosophical fundamentals in digital technology design and knowledge construction. Here we are using the requirements of the user to dictate the system design. The focus is always going to be on language when dealing with information. It is the medium that we encode complex ideas in a simpler format. The user comes first in the social informatics interpretation of information system design. Social informatics focuses on how the interactions taking place will influence our interrelationships via a digital medium. Our relationships are mediated through iterations co-occurring with language and interactions. The key to understanding hermeneutics is that it is interpretation of text. Even when we examine a picture, we put the impression into words before we incorporate it into knowledge. Social informatics works in a similar way, though it is knowledge mediated technologically. The parallels that can be created between these textual images shows how the fields are related. Words such as community networking, theoretical framework, digital computing are all connected. Interpretation unfolds through interactions with other individuals. This can take place via the medium of computer-mediated technologies. Knowledge production is always dependent upon using the stepping stone of code or language. Knowledge repositories. A piece of technology can be a cultural artifact that helps us to achieve personal comprehension. This social epistemological stance explicates the knowledge-building process that occurs via individuals. An individual has all their own experiences and ideas that are tested by statements and other ideas and people. This process unfolds like a negotiation, with certain knowledge becoming incorporated and others being left behind. A knowledge repository is always social. Rafael Capurro is a leading theoretical information scientist whose emphasis on hermeneutical information system design has made him a leading figure in the field. The end user is not a computer. If the design is not balanced, then a 2001 HAL 9000 situation may arise. A supercomputer that is designed to an almost flawless perfection may end up malfunctioning. The emphasis should be on a balance between end users and system design. A game of chess is a negotiation of the mind. It is essentially a form of communication and strategy. Online chess is a huge segment of the market as it excels the rate at which new strategies are spread. We are nodes in a network. Technology has reinforced our interconnectivity. The strength of these connections depends on how many times one reinforces these connections. Paul Ricoeur's hermeneutics extends to virtual communities. Ongoing normative performance in virtual communities via the creation and interpretation of text, the virtual stage. Online, we create systems of signification and exchange, construction of shared meaning, and achieve the possibility of understanding. Virtual communities are a staple of the current Web 2.0 landscape. The major vehicle for transmitting information via social media and other Web 2.0 platforms is language. Once again, it is language that is found at the center. Online communities are organized into groups that are made up of individuals. These individuals may not interact directly with other communities, but they are still connected loosely. We enter a world of data when we interact via an online platform. We still have a physical form in that context, but it is not commensurate with our physical bodies. Self-publishing. It is easy to put your idea into a fixed tangible medium. The reason that this exemplifies hermeneutics and social informatics is because you can edit at any time. You are interacting with through the medium of language and IT, an intersection of disciplines. The domain specialist is the being behind the development and use of information systems. One doesn't pull the information from a vacuum. Someone first indexed and categorized it, and the specialist interacts with the system that was ultimately created by another individual using a computerized system. The fusion of horizons is best understood as the limit of our understanding, but to the best of our ability at a given time. Opportunity to improve understanding and knowledge is always a possibility. The fusion of horizons is not fixed.